Welcome back to the Kevin Gorman Show here at Central Valley with Coach Mark Lyons. And Coach, can you talk about what it was like for you guys to finish the regular season undefeated and get that #1 seed in the Whitfield playoffs?
Well, you know, it's always it's a great job from our kids. You know, when you get through the Parkway undefeated, that says something about your kids competing every week and being ready each week for the test. So, you know, that was a big deal for us, and especially when it came down to us in West Allegheny. So, but you know what? That's behind us. We got to move forward now.
Well, to take one more step behind you, you did during the season. You beat Penn Hills, a Quad A team. Then you beat a West Allegheny team that beat Woodland Hills. Do you feel like that maybe closed the gap a little bit between AAA and Quad A? Do you feel like that's something that was a confidence boost to this team going into the playoffs, the things that you were able to do during the regular season?
I mean, more so than anything, it was a confidence builder for our guys. It was a team that was probably a lot bigger than us, had just as much speed as we did, and we were able to compete, obviously, and win the football game. We don't spend much time saying, is it closing the gap between Quad A or AAA? That's not going to do anything for our program or win any football games. The bottom line is we wanted to get better that week, and we accomplished it.
One of the things you guys, in the first year of the school's existence, after the merger, you win the WPL championship, make it to the semifinals the next 2 years. Last year, get back to Heinz Field and lose. How much does this group here, having as 8th graders watched, and younger, watch the team win the championship and then get so close and not win it, how much is this team motivated to get there and win it at Heinz this time?
Well, you should be motivated when you get that close, and they've seen it. You know, they don't want to be that group that does not get there. They want to be that next group that kind of puts themselves on the wall, saying that, you know, a good football team just came out of Central Valley. They won a WPL championship. So there's some motivation factor and some expectations our kids know that they got to live up to.
One of the guys that's obviously been an electric player for you is Jordan Whitehead. He came in to the season with the reputation as this great defensive back, but he's been absolutely electric with the ball in his hands. Can you talk about how much you guys wanted to get him more involved in the offense and try to use his playmaking abilities this season?
Without question. You know, we probably didn't do a good job in the championship game getting him enough touches when you got that kind of caliber of a player. He's mature. He's a lot stronger. He's a lot faster, if you can believe that. And he wanted that extra load on him. He wanted to carry this football team. And, you know, when we call his number, he's always ready.
He's one of those guys, you look at 22 touchdowns, he's averaging almost 50 yards per, and he's scored 5 different ways. Did you kind of expect this out of him, or has he even exceeded what you kind of could have expected out of one player?
I mean, you're not going to sit here and say, I expect him to do this, I expect him to put up those kind of numbers. We just knew he was a special player. We knew he had that kind of athleticism that if you got him in open space, special things were going to occur. And that was our job as coaches, to make sure we got him in good space.
What makes him a special player? What makes Jordan stand out from the rest?
He's got such an even keel about him. You know, you can't tell if he just ran 80 yards or if he just put the ball on the carpet. He's always ready for the next play. He's a super young man. He's well liked in our community, in our school district. It's never about Jordan. He's always willing to make sure the next guy gets all the praise.
And he's a guy who, despite that offensive reputation, or defensive reputation, now the Pitt coaches, he signed with Pitt, now the coaches are talking about using him on special teams as a return specialist, and also, you know, potentially seeing some snaps on offense. Do you think he's maybe changed that perception, or maybe even changed his future position at all?
Well, you know, he's always had a deep down inside love of putting his hands on the ball. But he also knew that defensive back was going to be his chance to make it and get into a big-time program. But you're not going to get any arguments from him if you ask him to get his hands on the ball. He does have a love for that, and I think if they obviously do what they want to do and, you know, possibly get him the ball, he'll welcome it very well.
He has scored by run, reception, interception, kick return, and punt return. He said the only way that he wishes he could score was by throwing a touchdown, and that's not for lack of effort. You gave him a chance to throw one. Is there any way imaginable that he hasn't scored that you can devise?
I don't know. Well, I sure hope there's 1 or 2 left in this run here. I wouldn't mind seeing it. But, no, he is pretty special. Like I said, it's all about the team. It's never about Jordan Whitehead when you talk to him.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Appreciate it.